I'm Neal, the drummer, and these are my buddies.
I'm Dennis, the bass player.
And I'm Michael, the guitar player.
Beautiful. And you guys do form the original Alice Cooper group. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting up with us.
Rock
No
on.
worries. Well, I just sent my two kids home, so I think putting up with you guys is going to be pretty easy. So you guys return as the original Alice Cooper group on the 25th of July with the album The Revenge of Alice Cooper. So firstly, how are you feeling about it?
I
Very
feel
happy.
wonderful.
Happy,
I'm
excited.
excited.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Back in the saddle again.
Back in the is this something that part of you always knew would happen one day, or was it sort of come in as a bit of a surprise?
No, we didn't know it was going to happen. We thought it was going to happen a couple of times over the decades, and then it didn't. So this was kind of like another one of those. We weren't popping any champagne until we actually were in the studio recording.
And even when we were in the studio recording, the mixes didn't happen until like a year later. So
Right.
then it got to be, I want to see the album cover in my hands before I believe it, which I have now. So we know it. There's Dennis got his.
Nice. They look good looking cover too, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
Great art, great art.
It's
We
like
know a guy.
it's this British artist Graham Humphreys who does horror movie posters.
Okay.
And this, if you look on his website, you'll see that this fits right in with all of the horror posters that he's done.
Yeah, he did what? What did he do? Nightmare on Elm Street was one.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, no, it's great. Look, I'm about to do a cover for the Digimake this week, and it looks great on that as well.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and have you guys all kept in contact over the years, or did you all sort of go your separate ways after?
Absolutely.
We've been in contact. I mean, I'm married to Neal's sister for one thing, but
Oh, well, you'd have to be.
I talk to Michael whenever I can track him down.
I'm loose on the desert.
We get Kris. We've gone back and forth. Dennis and I are in New England, and Alice and Michael are in Arizona. So we, during the years that have passed by, we've always gotten together. Alice, plays on tour, and he comes through New England. Dennis and I go see his show. And that's all through the 80s and the 90s. And then, of course, after Glen Buxton passed away, some things in 97, some things led us to, get closer and closer. And then 2010, Hall of Fame, that really pulled us together. And I got a home in Arizona, so I go out there in the winter times now. And that's, and we bring Dennis out there. So we've been slowly working up to it with the songs that we had on the Alice's sequel to Welcome to My Nightmare 2, and Paranormal and Detroit Stories. So we, with Bob Ezrin in the studio, us all live in the studio, it's just that still wasn't a guarantee we were ever going to do an album until just decided about a year before we actually got in the studio, started putting songs together.
So Neal says, go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say we're the band that wouldn't go away. Alice's camp.
The band would not leave. So Neal says we went to see Alice's show. We didn't go to see the show. We went up to stir up some trouble backstage. One time, and the people that work for Alice aren't sure how to handle that, because one time we went backstage, and Alice's touring band, they're all great. They're all really nice people and very talented. But we like to tease everybody, including people in our own band. That's the Alice Cooper way. So we were backstage, and the 3 guitar players had to go in a room to tune up. And while they were tuning, then we opened the door and said, the Jimi Hendrix Experience only needed 1 guitar player, and then closed the door.
Ooh,
Would have gone down like a lead balloon.
deep cuts.
Hopefully, yeah.
I was going to say too, like even on this album, like we're celebrating the fact that you guys are all back together again. but it's still called The Revenge of Alice Cooper. Like, he's pretty self-indulgent, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
We pissed everybody off for years. We've upset everybody. Now it's our turn.
Revenging who?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, the Alice Cooper fans, all these years, you know, there's Alice Cooper fans that never had it easy promoting, trying to talk other people into becoming Alice Cooper fans, but they're still out there. Who would have ever thought that this 52 years later, there would be this kind of a worldwide global reaction to us doing another album? But they're out there, and it's great because now they all can say, yeah, 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 told you so.
Oh, that's gold. And how about with the album actually musically, guys? Like, you tried to keep the original 70s feel going again?
Well, it's a mixture of it. Just it's the way we write. You know, Kris, it's just I don't think we never have a preconceived notion. Michael writes a song, Dennis writes a song, I write a song, and we play for each other. Do you kind of like, do you like it? What do you think about it? That's how we start. And then we get together and play, and then I play like Neal Smith, Dennis plays like Dennis Dunaway, Michael plays like Michael Bruce. We can't help playing the way that we have always played. And over the years, everybody's gotten better too. I mean, very, very, we practice a lot. We haven't just been put up our music. I mean, I've got so many drums that I don't even have room for other things this day and age. But no, we've always worked hard. And
I once tried to play like Neal Smith, but it was a disaster.
You haven't got the hat.
Yes, it's always a disaster because you have to have enough drums. That's the secret. More drums, the better.
And I don't even have one drum. That's where I went wrong.
Yeah, but you do a hell of a lot with 4 strings, though, Dennis. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, were you guys part of Alice did a show in Scotland about 8 years ago, and he had I think he had the original band come on stage with the band that he had at the time. Were you guys part of that?
Yeah, we did 5 shows in the UK.
I was at one of them. I was at the one in Scotland.
Oh.
And it was,
Glasgow.
was that the one,
you were there. Oh,
right
right.
at the end of the show, it caught fire at the end of the show, the something up at the top of the...
Yeah, right. That and everybody was hoping nobody noticed it, but you're the guy that noticed it.
I didn't tell anyone until I've just told you now.
Who got on fire? What
one of the stage props caught on fire just after the show.
Stage
It was up near the roof, yeah.
Yeah,
But that was a fantastic show, guys. I still remember it to that day. It was fucking awesome.
let's go.
That was just us, Kris. The original band with Ryan Roxy. Ryan, he's done some shows with us before, filling in for Glen, of course. And so, yeah, Alice went through his whole show. We played about the last half hour, 35 minutes of our greatest hits. And, it was like a whole new set was starting. The curtain came up and we did the intro, this big dramatic intro to I'm 18. But it's a very, very heavy version, theatrical, version of I'm 18. And the crowds loved it. I mean, it was exciting for us. And then the final encore was Alice, as he traditionally does, Schools Out the Wall. Then the other members of his touring band came out with us, but otherwise it was just the 4 of us on stage with Ryan Roxy, and it was powerful.
That was a rowdy crowd.
That was me too. Guilty. There was 2 drummers up there, wasn't there? There was like 9 guitarists or something.
Yeah, that was a good night. You couldn't ask for a better crowd than that.
No, we had a ball. We're still talking about it, obviously.
Right, good.
So with this album, like, you released the singles Black Mamba and The Wild One, so that's all the public's had a chance to digest yet. Like, is that a good sonic representation of what to expect from the whole thing?
Oh, didn't we tell you there's only 2 songs on the album?
I know, I've had them on loop all morning.
Well, there's plenty more to be revealed, and we're getting there. It's July 1st, So the 25th, we're in the month that it's going to be released. So look out.
Yes, 13 brand new songs, Kris. One remake, the Yardbird song, that sort of a tip of the hat to both Jeff Beck, who passed away, and that's why we decided to do that song. And that was one of Glen's favorite songs when the early Spiders and Naz used to do Yardbird covers. And Glen did, I mean, the band, I wasn't part of the band then, but they were all, I knew who they were. I seen them, and they did that song amazing. And then two songs, The Return of the Spiders, 2025, and the Titanic over underature. So those, I mean, those are, have been heard before, but there's 13 brand new songs on there, a total of 16. And we tried not to have a single filler song anywhere on the album, as we always have done.
Yeah. And what was it like stepping back into the studio together? Like, did the groove come straight back? Like, was it like get on a bike, like they say, or was it a bit rusty? And
no, straight. We went in the studio to see if it was rusty, to get the cobwebs out, but there was nothing. It was just, we walked in and it was still there.
Yes.
And we had done the, like I said, the recording on Alice's 3 of his solo albums. So we had been in the studio doing about 3 songs on each of those albums. So we had already been back, with all of us live in the studio. It's the way we have to do it. It's never remote ever while we're recording the bed tracks, to get that live feel and excitement.
And what was the first song you jammed on when you got back together for this one?
The first song? That's a good question.
See, wasn't Black Mamba early on?
I have the list, but I don't have it in front of me.
I can't remember. We did them so fast that after I walked out of the studio, after the dust had settled, I couldn't even name all the songs that we had recorded. We went in with over 50 songs.
Yeah, right.
So we were kind of just deciding what to do next on the spot. So which song did we do first? Neal has it written down somewhere.
I have it written down, but I don't have it near me. I don't really remember. You're right, Dennis. It was a blur. So many songs that we, Bob was going to be happy to get 5 songs done. And we, bed tracks to 4 or 5 songs, and we got all 13 of them. We had to redo one of them. That's when we did it. And Dennis and I met with Bob and Alice and in Nashville and redid Intergalactic Vagabond Blues. There was a problem with the drums, the drum mics on the one we did.
Overhead mic, yeah.
So we had to redo it. And that's when we met the guitar player Yazzie that Bob had found in Nashville, real hot rod guitar player that helped us with a lot of the lead work on the album.
Yeah. So there was even a song that was missing that we had recorded, and somehow it got lost in the mix. And luckily Neal had written notes, and he goes, "Hey, wait a minute, we did another song."
Oh, really? And that one made the album?
Yeah, Bob didn't remember that we'd even done the song, and I forget which one it is too. I'm not quite certain. I'm not going to guess, but I went back in my notes, and then they went to the studio, and on that specific day, they looked in their charts and they found the song. So,
Jesus.
I mean, I was amazed that Bob didn't remember it or didn't have a note written about it.
I didn't remember doing it.
I kind of remembered, Dennis, but it wasn't like, in this day and age, I kind of remember doesn't mean I even came close to remembering.
Yeah, but let's face it. It's like way back then, there were so many. We had a tape recorder, but we couldn't afford tape. So we would work for a 10-hour rehearsal and come up with these ideas and come back the next day and couldn't remember what we had done the day before. It all had gone up in smoke, so to speak.
So Bob would remember that.
Yeah.
Bob would remember. Now, you mentioned Bob a few times, guys. We're talking about the producer, Bob Ezrin, who's been with you guys pretty much from the start. Like, how important is he to the sound of this music?
All important.
Critical. he had to be
George
involved with it.
Martin. He's our George Martin.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Bob is part of the group. He's part of the chemistry. We all collaborate. Everybody has ideas for everything that we do. We discuss it sometimes loudly, and Bob will be the final say when it comes down to a standoff where we can't decide which idea we like best, and then we move forward. But Bob's there. The humor is there amongst all of us, and he's all important. He's a key part of the chemistry.
And Bob's one of the reasons that he's like at this point the fifth member of the band, like Dennis said, and he's got to be in the studio, all of us together, Alice, Michael, Dennis, and I, playing live in the studio with Bob at the helm, and that's critical for a lot of reasons, chemistry, like Dennis said, but it was also he's a master of the technology in today's world. I wouldn't even know where to begin, knowing what he knows. And I mean, he has people taking notes all the time. It's about as state of the art as a producer as you can get anywhere on the planet.
That's good. That's good. I think the biggest thing people are going to want to know about this, like I've heard the album, so I can attest to it, but how successfully do you think you have captured the raw and unapologetic sound of the Alice Cooper band from back in the day?
I think we have no choice.
It's 100%.
Yeah. Michael, what did you say?
I'm not sure I understood the question.
How much do you think we have captured the feel of the original group?
Oh, lots. I mean, it's still us, and we still go about it in the same way. We still working with Bob. Glen's always there with us, and we're having a good time, and the rest is history.
Yeah, no, it's true. We when we play together, we could play together if we're all still around in the future. We play together, still going to be exactly the same, because that's how we play. That's how we write songs. And then my interpretation of what I do, have my signature on it. Dennis definitely has his signature on it as a bass player. We do as a rhythm section, and then Alice, of course, with his melodies and his lyrics. And he never fails in surprising us. Like,
Yes.
Dennis said a while ago, sometimes he uses the lyrics that we've written in songs, and sometimes he'll change them. But he's the singer. That's his job. He has to be comfortable when he's got to sell that song. And to do it, he has to come up with great things. And he surprised me. I mean, he surprised me when the band was together, doing Schools Out and $1 Billion Babies. Some of his lyrics, I just go, these are really fucked up, man. This is good stuff. And that's the way it's always been. And even today on this album, I just go, yeah, there's still, I mean, Alice, for not crossing the line in being in cursing or swearing, he can still make some very colorful visual scenes and lyrics. And some of these songs, if you listen to him, I can almost see him on stage with what the staging would be or the story around him. They come to life. He makes them come to life.
Yeah, Alice was as excited as anybody, and the excitement was there, and us feeling like teenagers in high school again was there. The joking, we joke around a lot, but we don't. But that doesn't jeopardize the focus, which is to make the best song that you can do. But we just had a blast. It was so much fun, and it was so overdue, and we're ready to do it again.
It was almost like skipping out on study time when you got penalized by the teacher, but we managed to have fun in there anyway.
So that's that early era of the band, guys. Like, it's gone down in history as one of the most influential and controversial eras of rock bands ever. Like, do you feel like you were ever controversial?
Yes.
Yeah, intentionally.
Well, not intentionally. I joined the band before we changed the name to Alice Cooper, but there was always that element of doing something that was totally unexpected, because we all went to art class together. That's where I met Dennis and Vince, Alice, and Glenn in art class in Glendale Community College in Phoenix, Arizona. And so we always have to look at things differently than just the music. Want to add to it. But then as time went on and we found our niche, we came up with the name Alice Cooper. We created what Alice Cooper was, and there was a dark side to it and a pop side to it too, with hit songs, which isn't easy to do, by the way. But we took our love of movies, and whether it's adventure movies like James Bond or horror movies like Frankenstein and the Werewolf and Dracula, and we were influenced by like a lot of musicians in our time, the British invasion. That was a huge influence in music in America. And so now it was our turn to be influenced by it and turn it into something new. And as it went from the 60s into the 70s, and it was Vietnam War, it was Charles Manson, lots of dark stuff going on in the world. And we hit at a really good time. That again, we didn't think about it. It was just part of the way we wrote songs.
So what do? We break open pillows on stage.
Yeah, so that happened. We were used at that point. We didn't have any money, but we wanted to do theatrics. So anything that wasn't bolted down made it in the show. But Neal and I, on one particular occasion, the band would get hotels, and we would pay for two people, and then the rest of the band would sneak in or whatever. And then when we got to a point where we could afford to share a room, so I might be me and Alice one night and whatever, but it was me and Neal. And for some reason we were bored, and we started like pounding each other in the head with pillows. And a little rip happened in the pillow and the feathers went in the air. And so then we go, hey, wait a minute, let's use that. And the next thing you know, Michael decided, well, we can spray those pillows all to Kingdom Come with, if I just borrow the fire extinguisher.
Oh,
And then, like Michael said, we stopped doing the feather storms when Holiday Inn hotels went to foam pillows.
And you're the reason why they went to foam pillows.
There you go.
Yeah, throwing foam at the audience wasn't quite as good.
Didn't have the same effect.
We had to go to the Lawrence Welk bubbles at that point.
Yes, there you go.
Now I want to talk about the track "What Happened to You Guys," which also features riffs from Glen Buxton, who of course passed in '97. So how's it even possible?
It was a cassette that I kept in a good place, because good room temperature and away from magnets and everything all these years, because I always wanted to finish that song for Glen, because it was just an early morning jam, him doing this riff. And then I told Bob Essern I had it, and he says, sure, with technology, we can clean it up and use it. So Bob had cleaned the riff up, added a click track, and then the band in the studio spontaneously on the spot, we wrote a song to that riff that we thought Glen would have liked.
Yeah, What Happened to You, the name of it, great song.
That's beautiful. Oh, all right, guys. Well, before we go, I'm just going to ask you one question. It's a bit out there, a bit of left field, but one day when you guys do decide to call a day and retire, what do you hope the inscription would be on your musical tombstone?
Let's see. When I retire, I am retired.
Well, you're not dead yet, bud.
Yeah, you know what I found out about retirement? I'm working just as hard, but without a regular paycheck.
It's true, isn't it?
I've retired 3 times, Kris, because I got into another occupation in residential real estate here in New England for about 30 years. So I retired from music, got into that, retired from that, and then retired again from everything, but always been playing music the whole time. So that's kind of what's kept us, we keep perfecting our craft, keep writing songs, and hopefully we'll do more in the future. But yeah, I don't think retirement is a word that we really could ever relate to. along with the other phrase, growing up. So we're not going to retire or grow up. That's forbidden.
It's more
That's
like rebirth, afterbirth.
Afterbirth. That rebirth sounds a lot better.
Oh yeah, I go with rebirth.
I just got a mental image set of your next album cover called Afterbirth, and I didn't like it.
So when you buy the album and walk out of the store, you can't walk out of the store until you cut the umbilical cord.
With your teeth.
Oh boy! Hey, maybe, hey, I don't know, guys. What do you think? I think he should be in the band.
He's onto something. Yeah.
Consultant.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. My time with you has come to an end, unfortunately, but it has been an absolute pleasure getting to know you guys. The Revenge of Alice Cooper is out July 25th, and it is a fucking good album, guys. You've nailed it once again. So congratulations, and hopefully you come to Australia soon.
Thank you.
I would love to come to Australia.
Yeah,
Yes, I'd love
thanks,
to.
Kris, for helping us spread the word.
Yes.
No
Thank you very
worries at all,
much.
guys. No worries at all. You guys take care, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Cheers.
Great
All right.
meeting you. Cheers.
Thanks
buddy.
again. Bye.
Happy-
Bye.